Good afternoon. We are going to be looking at Psalm 38 this morning. So glad to be looking at this psalm with you. Hope you guys are doing well, having a good afternoon. I think we're live. Yeah, it says we're live. Hoping the internet's not too slow. Okay, so Psalm 38 is a psalm where David's calling out to God for deliverance, and this one is mingled not just with deliverance from his enemies, although that is a big part of it, but it is deliverance from his own sins, and this is one that I think we can resonate with as well. And I think as the Psalms kind of develop this theology, we begin to realize that our biggest enemies are not the enemies that are around us, but they're the enemies that are within us, which is our own sin nature. And that's what David is asking God to deliver him from his sin, and the repercussions of his sin. So that's what we're going to see here in this psalm, and one that is a good reminder for us each and every day. Psalm 38, verse 1. O Lord, rebuke me not in your anger, nor discipline me in your wrath, for your arrows have sunk into me, and your hand has come down on me. This could be the repercussions of his sin, not so much the condemnation of his sin, but the consequences of his sin. There is no soundness in my flesh because of your indignation. There is no health in my bones because of my sin. For my iniquities have gone over my head like a heavy burden. They are too heavy for me. My wounds stink and fester because of my foolishness. I am utterly bowed down and prostrate. All the day I go about mourning. For my sides are filled with burning, and there is no soundness in my flesh. I am feeble and crushed. I groan because of the tumult of my heart. So these are the sins that he has committed, and he is experiencing the weight of those sins. It's similar to in Psalm 32, where he talks about his strength being dried up in the like in the heat of summer, and we can resonate with that, given we've had a few very, very hot days. We know what that feels like, and that's what David is describing is happening to him because of the sin that he has committed, and he's calling out to God to deliver him from that. And that's important. That's critical. That's critical when we try to develop an Old Testament theology of salvation, right? Though God gave them a law to obey, their salvation was not intended to come from obeying the law, but from realizing that they couldn't obey the law and then asking God to deliver them from the consequences of their sins. And that would be foreshadowing someone who could keep the law on their behalf and then deliver them from their sins, which would be Jesus, of course, as he comes in the New Testament. Okay, so he's calling out to God in faith, and this faith is described here. In verse 9, O Lord, all my longing is before you. My sighing is not hidden from you. My heart throbs, my strength fails me, and the light of my eyes, it is also gone from me. My friends and companions stand aloof from my plague, and my nearest kin stand off. And this is a reminder that even our closest friends and our family cannot help us with our problem of sin. We need God to do that for us. He's the only one that can deliver us from this. Verse 12, this is where he starts to describe his enemies. Those who seek my life lay their snares. Those who seek my hurt speak of ruin and meditate treachery all day long. But I am like a deaf man, I do not hear. Like a mute man who does not open his mouth. I have become like a man who does not hear, and in whose mouth are no rebukes. But for you, O Lord, do I wait. So he's got his enemies laying traps for him, but he's not responding to them. He's not attacking them back. He's not going to try to take things into his own hands. He is going to, verse 15, wait upon the Lord. But for you, O Lord, do I wait. It is you, O Lord my God, who will answer. For I said, only let them not rejoice over me, who boast against me when my foot slips. For I am ready to fall. My pain is ever before me. I confess my iniquity. I am sorry for my sin. But my foes are vigorous. They are mighty. And many are those who hate me wrongfully. He's got lots of issues. Those who render me evil for good, accuse me because I follow after good. And then he's going to take all of those issues, all those things that are brimming up in his heart, all those things that are assailing him, causing him to faint, causing him to doubt God, causing him to feel like he's alone in this world, and he's going to cast it upon the Lord. Verse 21, and this is faith. Do not forsake me, O Lord. O my God, be not far from me. Make haste to help me, O Lord of my salvation. So no matter what your problem is, whether it's your personal sin or you have things happening to you that is assailing you, enemies or sickness or anything that is causing you pain, God wants you to call out to him and ask for his help with those things. He wants you to call out and ask for salvation, ask for deliverance, and wait upon his deliverance for you from those issues. And that is the key idea of Psalm 38. So I hope you guys are resting in those promises. I hope you are realizing that you cannot keep the law of God on your own. You need God to help you with those things. And I hope you realize that there's no problem that you have, whether it's your own sin or it's another issue that is hurting you. There's no problem that you have that God cannot deliver you from. He will. He promises to, if we call out to him in faith. So call out to him in faith in these times as you go about the rest of your week. And I look forward to calling out to him in faith with you all on Sunday. If you're able to come to the service or over the live stream together, we can call out to him corporately and rest in his deliverance for us, which comes to us by means of Jesus Christ. So hope you guys have a good rest of the week, and we will see you guys on Sunday.